Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bedpost Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Erin Pym. Here at the Bedpost Podcast, I like to take performers and presenters from my stage show that I do here in Toronto and beyond to bring them into the studio to have a more in-depth conversation about sex and sexuality with me. This week, that is very much the case. I've had this lovely performer featured on my stage show numerous times at this point, I think, in the podcast. This is his second time back on the podcast. So please welcome to the mic, pornographer extraordinaire, Daniel James.
Good. How are you? Good to see you again.
How's tricks?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Perfect.
It's really nice to have you here
Thank
again.
you. Yeah, no, it's good to come back on, fill you in on things that's happening, personal life, and the ups and downs of my dating life and relationship-wise, and the train wreck that is. And
Is it a train wreck? Oh, no, a little bit.
It's something else. Yeah, man, I tell you. Yeah, everything from, Tinders to just hookup nightmares and everything in between.
You know what? I would love to talk about that with you because I feel like my year has been really wonky too with I feel like I've got a lot of drama that I could vent about as
man,
well.
Like, drama's an understatement, I think.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Because as I know from you before, well, just being a friend of yours, but from our interview that we did before on the podcast, we were talking a lot about like the hookup culture, Tinder culture, how that's kind of your jam. Like would you say you're obsessed with Tinder?
Yeah,
with swiping on Tinder?
I was telling someone earlier a couple months ago, like, to me, Tinder's like a drug. Almost.
It is. I think it's specifically engineered for that.
Right, because it basically provides our brain with constant and direct
immediate
fulfillment, immediate gratification, essentially. So, it's great because on one hand, it's great for the person who works a 9-to-5 office job, who has to go back and see, attend to their duties and, go and hang out with friends who may not have the free time to go out and meet people for dating or sex or whatever.
Yeah.
So it has its benefits, but like with every drug, if you abuse it, then it becomes problematic, right?
Yeah.
And I just got to the point where, I'd left my ex and, it was about a year after that. And I just, at first I kind of detested Tinder because I was like, oh, it's the creepy, weird app where people send weird messages to each other.
And it is that.
But then, I technically had my second sexual awakening, I guess you could say, after I left my ex. And I just decided, you know what, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And so it was, I was hooked. And now, like, last year I finally decided to buy the premium membership for like $11.99 a month or whatever it is.
So what does that offer?
So instead of the 2 super likes, you get 5 super likes a month, and you can backtrack on people. So let's say like you swiped no on a hottie by accident and you're like, oh fuck,
yes,
and you can hit the button and swipe back. Or if you swiped on someone by accident you didn't want to swipe on,
you were like, oops
that.
And usually you're just like, oops.
Yeah.
Or if your friend fucking got in there and matched a bunch of people.
I'm such an asshole, so I play Tinder on hard mode. So if I see a friend or a mutual friend, I'll like report their account just to make things interesting.
That's great.
Just because I'm an asshole. No. And then and then so the backtrack function's really neat, but the most important one too is that you get unlimited swipes.
Yeah.
So instead of whatever it is, how many swipes maximum you get a day, you can swipe
all
on
day,
as many
baby.
people as you want. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, which just feeds the fire for the addiction.
Yeah.
Are you just constantly on this thing?
Yeah. So basically,
I feel like it's me with Instagram. I feel like I'm pretty much at the point of being obsessed with Instagram. Like I'm always on it.
Yeah, you're always on the stories, liking everything.
Yeah. Just like, yeah.
Are you one of those obsessives who has to like creep and see who's watching your Instagram stories?
Oh, no. I'll look to see if I put like, one of those dumb fucking things where you ask people shit, or you like a survey, shit like that. Then I'll like look. But no, I'm honestly, I feel like it's that kind of drug thing because like I'm not even think like I'm just doing it, like going through that motion for no reason. Like I'm not even connected to it. I'm just like, like, so I can imagine, is it the same thing with Tinder where you're just like wherever you are?
I don't know if other people play it the same way or how you view it, but I basically put people into two categories. So you have your group one, and group one is someone who would be like, you're like, oh my God, they're really cute or handsome or attractive, but based on their profile, from what I can read and what I can see on their Instagram, I don't think we really have anything in common. Therefore, I probably won't be pursuing anything serious with that person.
Right.
So that's perfectly fine for like a smash and dash, like a one night stand.
I'm sorry,
Smash and dash is what I call it, or come and go. That's the
like come and go.
yeah, or
Come and go as you please,
or
yes.
a fuck buddy scenario if they want to hook that up. That's fine. And then you have group two, where the person's basically the full package. You like the aesthetic, and they're into the same shit that you do, that you're into, and maybe you're both compatible astrology match. I don't know. They're just everything you're looking for. So I'll take much more time to basically like get to know and ask and really be like analytical with that person to kind of feel them out.
So you can kind of tell which is which.
I mean everyone knows what their type is, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right. So you will know
exactly
whether. Do you think you can actually tell that just from a profile?
Yeah, well, I know what I like, and like for me, like a big thing is music, right? I'm always, I'm always going to a concert.
Rap, don't you?
I'm obsessed with my rap and my hip hop, and just when you want to like link up with someone or start a relationship with someone, you want to have that commonality, right?
Especially if it's a very important thing to you.
Yeah.
That person's got to be at least willing to entertain your passion with it, if not have a similar passion.
Like, other people are
to
super
it.
into travel, some people are like super into fitness and shit like that. So but for me it's music, and honestly if I can't vibe with someone and talk to them about music on end, then I don't know if they're dating
I don't
material.
know if it's gonna work out between us. Yeah. Okay, to give people some context, because we are going to talk about like not only just hookup culture and Tinder and all this stuff and smashing and dashing. We're going to actually talk about like dating and relationships today with you. So to give people some context into kind of like what your whole thing is, what is a pornographer when I say that you're a pornographer?
Pornographer is just someone who creates videos, whether that's solo or with partners or multiple people, and then sells them on the internet to be purchased by viewers and fans.
These are videos of a sexual nature.
Yeah, all sex, hardcore, boy, girl, whatever you want, right? Blowjob. I do a lot of blowjob stuff recently, just because it's easy, and you're just like, you know what, I'm in the mood. Why not? Quick, just bang one out. Thank you.
So is this like on your cell phone or something?
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, I'm pretty picky about my shit too when it comes to photos and stuff, and like, and I see everyone else posting shit on their cell phone, but I'm like, I just know that I can create better quality, and so sometimes I hold off. That's why I'm not as adamant about pumping out the cell phone stuff as much, but I should. But yeah, it's like you're literally, pornographer. You're just basically someone who is in sales, except you're selling yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
your genitalia and your penis and a butthole or in a vagina.
You're making a commodity.
Exactly. Yeah, between that and doing webcam stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll do so like some cell phone kind of stuff, but you also will kind of get in a studio, get the cameras, get the lights and everything.
Yeah. So I've been like pretty fortunate. So all my friends have been able to like loan out and let me use their apartments.
Yeah.
So I'll bring in all of my lighting equipment, and I'll have friends bring in their cameras and stuff, and I'll message a talent and be like, okay, well, I will Uber you here at this time. Be there. Please come sober. Get a good night's rest. Eat some breakfast and
come sober.
Yeah.
Will people just come fucked up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a really bad experience once. I won't really go into super crazy detail, but I guess they were like drinking, not that we knew, but they were like one of my camera guys like near the end kind of caught it, and saw that they had a bottle or something on them, and I was just like right then and there I was like, okay, we got to shut this shit down. Like, you can't. And then we like, I mean, beforehand, like we even got a few days before them on the phone, like, and we recorded it, and they're like, oh yeah, we got the text saying, oh yeah, I'm good, I confirm that, you know, shooting's fine, you know, I agreed to the scenario. And then we got them to sign off on all the paperwork right before we started shooting anyway. So, you know, I'm very articulate about making sure everything's done like the proper legal way.
Yeah.
But as soon as like someone comes in fucked up and like, you know, wants to cross a boundary or shit like that, then I just stopped filming. And we didn't even know, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to post that, and I never posted it online.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because that's like getting into murky consent territory when somebody's intoxicated.
Absolutely. And then it's not even that, but like I've heard so many stories about like even female talent, they just won't show up, or they'll be really lazy or just not feel like going the day of the shoot.
Yeah.
So,
it's tough.
Yeah.
And so that said, you're like on the producing end of it as well, right?
Yeah,
so you're not just another performer in the scene. You're like, you're the guy that is needing everyone to get all the paperwork done.
Yeah,
and
because I want
coordinating the cameras, guys, and everything.
Yeah,
the talent.
I just want to have everything controlled, because, you know, in the past I've shot some scenes and then I see it replayed, and like they cut out all the good stuff, the spanking, the spitting, the slapping, all that shit was cut out just to fit their own narrative. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's the best part.
Yeah.
Why would you cut that out? And not only that, like normally you have basically talent agents or studios, and how they make their money is they basically just take a cut of whatever their charge is to you or the producer or the studio. In this case, it would be all me. And say, okay, we have a girl that fits XYZ dimensions that you need for anal and deep throat, or whatever the hell it is you want to shoot. And then they'll send her over, and then after, you know, the payment's done or whatever, you shoot the scene, and that's that, and they take their cut. But I'm really big on, you know, doing stuff like content trade, which is where we just show up. There's no exchange of cash, and by the time we're finished shooting everything, we both take a cut of the finished product, the final edits, and all the raw footage and the photos, and we can each do as we please with it, and put it and sell it on whatever, you know, platform, ManyVids, or on Snapchat or OnlyFans.
Very cool. And then also you have the creative control, as you're saying, like are you like in the editing room with the editor? And
so I involve every element of my editing process. So I try to get my friends involved. So these are all friends I go to university with. So friends who study like media production and photography academically. So my friend will come in with a camera, and then once we shoot everything, I'll take all of the raw files, and then I'll Dropbox them to a friend of mine who is really good at using like Photoshop and InDesign and all those programs.
Yeah. Is that weird for your friends, or weird for you that your friends are like editing your porn and stuff?
Most of them all follow me, and, you know, like,
so they know what's up.
It's all about the hustle, right, and believing in your friends. So they don't care. They've seen it all. They've seen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they've seen the weird snaps I send them late at night with other girls that let me take videos or whatever. They've seen it all. They know what I do. So
they know.
They're cool with it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. That you're like a little community. Your little friend group is like your porn production community.
They're down with it. It's
That's
great.
totally amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.